Hello everyone and welcome to another episode. I'm going to start this one off with an apology. I'm sorry guys, this one is going to be very Doctor Who heavy. I bought a shed load of Doctor Who stuff at a recent Vectis auction and went to collect it on Monday. I've been sorting through it all week and I've still not finished. Yeah, there's lots to be going at. Anyway, it's not just Doctor Who this week, there are plenty other things as well. So do stick around and make sure you watch it all. Cheers. So let's get started with these ones then, shall we? Now, admittedly, these ones I wasn't all that desperate for. But I seem to be having some problems logging into Vectis and I wanted to make sure that I was able to bid because there was something that I really wanted later on that was very special to me and I wanted to make sure that I could get it. And seeing as the logging in and out was causing me a lot of problems, I decided to just stick a bid on this to make sure that I knew that I could bid, and I ended up winning them. For a bit more than I really wanted to pay as well, to be honest with you. So we've got that Friends of the 13th Doctor over there, we've got the Sontaran set from the Sontaran Experiment with the exclusive Harry Sullivan figure. Units 1975 Terror of the Autons. We've got the Earthshock set. Companions of the 3rd and 4th Doctor. 7th Doctor set from Silver Nemesis. That's quite a popular one. We've got the Sensorites. Probably the best set from this one is the 5 Doctors from this lot. And the 2 Doctors. Another job lot of Doctor Who bits and bobs I got were a pile of Doctor Who classic comics, and in that box were some other cool bits and pieces. And here we have the Doctor Who classic comics. I've had a quick look and there is a full run from issue 1 all the way up to issue 27 where the series stopped. There's also the Autumn Holiday Special from 1993 and the very, very cool Dalek Chronicles that I read several times when I was a youngster. Loved that book, absolutely loved that book. It's finally had a reprint last year. I still think it needs a hardcover special edition copy. Then we also had, in with that pile, a run of the Doctor Who poster magazine, which only ran for 8 issues. And there's 2 runs of them here. There's one run in those 2 files, and then another run there. Issue 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Cool! And then I found this folder and I thought, oh, great stuff. Some trading cards. But no, it's not trading cards. I opened it up and it's yet another run of the classic comics, but only from issue 8 up to that final 27 and another autumn special. Bizarrely, there's a spare copy of the 3rd issue of the poster magazine. But then there's also some more cool stuff in this box. So there's the making of Doctor Who, the 2nd Doctor Who monster book, 2 of them. A very modern reprint of Doctor Who and the Cave Monsters, or as we know it, the Silurians, the adventures of K9 and other mechanical creatures. The Daleks history, that actually came in a VHS tin box set. Terry Nation's Dalek special, another one of the K9. The 1st Doctor Who monster book, Doctor Who discovers the Conquerors. The Doctor Who dinosaur book, Doctor Who discovers space travel, discovers strange and mysterious creatures, discovers prehistoric animals. The monster book, again, another monster book, another monster book, discovers early man, another monster book, discovers strange and mysterious creatures again, yet another monster book, the dinosaur book, another early man, another prehistoric animals, another space travel, and another conquerors. That's a cool one. Famous Monsters, issue 155. Doctor Who special issue. Love that artwork as well. At this Vectis auction, I also got a little bit of Star Wars. Now, sadly, these are not sealed, but they are complete and in excellent condition. We've got the Vintage Collection, Return of the Jedi, Scout Walker, an Empire Strikes Back, Imperial TIE Fighter, and a Star Wars X-Wing Fighter. I've literally just sold one of these as well. But hiding underneath them, we've got an Empire Strikes Back Rebel Armoured Snowspeeder. And yes, it's Palitoy. Not a vintage collection, it is actually a vintage toy. Let's get it out and have a look at it. Well, that's a good start then. It comes with the original instructions, and the correct ones at that. Empire Strikes Back and Palitoy. They're in nice shape. And there we are. That's the actual Snowspeeder. So it is 100% complete. It's got the elusive harpoon, tow cable, and the block. It's got the guns. It's got the engines. It's got the bits that stick out at the back. All there. Now, bit of a giveaway as to what's wrong with it. There's some residue on here from sellotape. Why would you put sellotape on the top? The hinge is broken on the cockpit. Oh, that's a shame, isn't it? It's got the glass though, so it is actually complete. I think I will have to swap this Snowspeeder out for one that's in better condition to put in the box. Or replace that cockpit canopy. I wonder what's in this big brown box. Shall we have a look and see what's in this big brown box? Ooh. More vintage Star Wars! Yay! Now this is another Vectis lot that I got, and honestly it's a little bit of a steal. It went far too cheap. It was just listed on Vectis as an assortment of Star Wars vehicles and mini rigs. It didn't say if any of them were complete, it didn't say what kind of condition they were in. It literally just said that. So I didn't even know what I was going to be getting. Turned out to be mixed results, but I'm very happy with them. So let's get started with the one that's on the top. Rebel Armoured Transport. Now these are a tough seller, they're a great big thing, they take up a lot of space, and they only have minimal screen presence in the film, so the people don't tend to like them all that much. And well, they're bloody ugly, aren't they? I've heard them called all sorts of things in the past. Cigars, pickles, cucumbers. marrow, all sorts of things. Slug even. But it is a nice, completed one. It's got the hatch cover on the bottom, which is always a good thing to look for. Got both of the covers. Got both of the guns in there, and a gunner chair. Let's see if I can get this lid off without dropping it. There we go. That's where you would stand all your figures back in the day, and it essentially doubled up as a figure carry case. You can take them out. And I always check underneath both of these, this end and this end, because people end up putting their weapons in there and they forget. And this one, it didn't have any weapons that didn't belong in this, but it does have all of the gas masks and all of the backpacks. So yeah, this particular piece, 100% complete. Now, what else is there in this box? Let's start off with, see straight away there we've got a Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, and the pylon has been glued back on. So we've got damage. Not great. But there are two of them. And there is the cockpit. And it's got the doors. And it's got the battery cover. So that's good. More importantly though, I don't know if you can see in there, but it has both of the clips for the wings that are not damaged. That's really hard to find now. They usually just break off. Right, we've got an ATST walker, or chicken walker, or scout walker. Well, first things first, it's got the gun on top. That alone, it's 20 quid, 25 quid. It's got the chest armour. It's actually 100% complete, is that? Got a weird colour though, look at that mottling effect. It's like marble. So that's going to be a donor for other walkers. I'll take the bits off that and use it for something else. Oh, and there's another, and look, that's got the gun as well. Fantastic. Chest armour too. Both the doors on the top. Yep, another brilliant donor. Now it did say mini rigs. We got that one. What is it, MLC4? We've got the radar laser cannon, whatever. They're all complete as well. I have had a look through these. We've got the AST5. I forget the names of the mini rigs, I always do. That one's yellowed unfortunately though, but it's complete. As is the, is it Int 4? I think. And there's also the Energizer. And again, complete with all 8 of the tools and both hoses. So that's a good one. And then we've got the tripod laser cannon. Again, complete. Oh look, we've got another snow speeder. Sadly that one has yellowed a little bit, but it's quite uniform, it's in nice condition. Other than that, got both the laser cannons. I suppose I could always take that cockpit canopy off it and put it on the boxed one. It's got the block, it's got the string, and it's got the harpoon. Excellent. Again, another complete piece. X-Wing. Overall, quite nice condition. Could do with being cleaned up a little bit, but it's got all 4 guns. It's got the cockpit canopy. Excellent. And the mechanism works as well. Brilliant stuff. And then down here, we've got a Millennium Falcon. I bet that can't possibly be complete though, can it? Just have a look. It's got the guns. It's got the cockpit canopy. It's got the glass under the gun. It's got the gunner station and the chair. So it looks like we're missing the chest table, the cover, smuggler's hatch. Oh, what else have we got? We've got the back. Right, so there's the smuggler's hatch. We've got the legs, well, the ramp struts rather. We've got the radar dish that goes onto its mounting that's there. There's the table, but more importantly, it's got the training arm and ball. Wow. So that's a really cool vintage Star Wars lot, is that? And considering what I paid for it. Go on then, I'll tell you. 60 quid was the hammer price for the entire lot. Now with the fees added on top, it makes one hell of a difference. And altogether it came to £77.14, which still only works out at £5.51 per vehicle. Now I wouldn't have paid anywhere near that for those mini rigs in that state. But knowing that I got the rest of the stuff for those prices, can't complain. So one of the cool pieces I got this week was the Tomy Racing Turbo by Tomy, completing the box. There's a couple of little tears on the box, on the front and everything. There's some red tape there. Do you think it might have been bought from Argos back in the day? That looks like Argos receipt stuck on there, doesn't it? But overall, really nice. No insert though, unfortunately. But it does come with the goods. That's cool. It looks sweet, but does it work? Another piece of vintage electronic gaming in the form of Grandstand's Firefox F7. Quite a nice looking box as well. All I can find wrong with it is one little tear right here across the top flap. Right there. Goes halfway along, unfortunately, but it's all in there. Comes with instructions, the little flyer type thing, your special notes from Grandstand. There's even a Duracell recommended thing for the batteries. So yeah, that's all in there. But you're not bothered about the fluff, are you? You want to see the stuff. Now it's in really, really nice condition. But again, does it work? There's another electronic game here from back in the day. This is, I think it's called Jungler. I can just about make that out. It says Jungler, doesn't it? Now this is by CGL. Computer Games Limited. Could you think of a more generic name for a company that makes these? I'll wait. Now, sadly, this one doesn't work. I've tried it, it doesn't seem to want to work. I haven't had time to open it up and have a look at the electronics inside, but there is a little bit of rust on the contacts, on one of the contacts, so it's probably that. I've scraped at it, still no joy though. Hopefully, I can get it working at some point, but that'll be when I get time to actually look at it. Another one from the same company, Galaxy Invader 1000. No box, sadly, but I've cleaned it up and it seems to look quite nice. But again, does it work? Now there's one more electronic game from this job lot that I got, and back when I was a kid there were 3 games that came out that I was obsessed with. I absolutely adored these games, and considering how simple they are, I spent countless hours playing them. And again, it were another Tomy one. The Tomytronic 3Ds. This one's the Thundering Turbo. Sadly, I don't have the other 2 at the moment. Shark Attack and what was effectively Space Invaders. But this one, really nice. Box is in lovely condition, as is the polystyrene insert. Instructions aren't in a bad shape. And the piece even comes with the strap. And this'll bring back memories if nothing else does. Wow. Okay, so Tomy games. I remember the water games. I spent hours playing these as well. Now, I don't remember having any of those Water Wonderland ones. I think I had that yellow one. I think I had most of those little ones at the bottom there. Definitely have the yellow one at the end, which is a dolphin and you had to catch rings on its nose. I remember the yellow submarine. I remember that monkey one. I remember that green one. The pink one and the orange one. So the only one I don't really... Oh yes I do, it's an octopus and you have to get balls into his rings that he's holding. I wish I hadn't said that out loud. There, I had that yellow one with the pink star in the middle. I had the yellow Pac-Man one. Oh, these really take me back. Oh, kinda recognise that turbo dashboard. Don't recognise those 2 though. Astro Shooter and Atomic Pinball. I think I've actually got those in at the moment. Oh, them are them. Alien Attack, Caveman. I don't remember Caveman. And the Shark Attack. What's on the other side? Oh wow. I kind of remember that as well. Super Cup Football. I've got one of those downstairs. Greedy Green Frog. Rock and Roll Maze. Fantastic, I had that. Again, lots of hours put into that. Kongman. Never had that one. Kept asking for it. Maybe I should have picked up that one at Doncaster Toy Fair a couple of weeks ago. Oh, Screwball Scramble. Fantastic. Arr! That's a Chewbacca game. I had that guy as well, Mr. Pizza Battlers. Oh wow. I made out of sponge. If you put too much weight on one side, it'd tip over and they'd all fall off. Oh, so many memories. So many memories. Okay, so yes, it works. Bloody hard to play through the lens of a phone though. And we had some really cool Star Wars Black Series brought in this week. Commander Cody, Commander Bly, Captain Rex, and Ayla Sakura. But by far the best are those hiding behind my head. There's a full set of the Target exclusive Clone Wars figures. Clone Pilot Hawk, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin Skywalker, and ARC Trooper Echo. And 3 out of the 4 of those kind of demand quite high prices at the moment. These are already available on the website, but I'm sorry, I am selling them as a set of 4. It's delivery time! Kicking off with the comics as per usual, and we've got Gotham by Gaslight Special Edition, Detective Comics, The Avengers, Star Wars Dark Droids crossover, Godzilla Here There Be Dragons, Creepshow, Walking Dead Deluxe, and that's it. The cool manga this week include The Boxer, Alice in Borderland, Love is an Illusion, One Punch Man, Demon Slayer. We've also got an Avatar The Last Airbender graphic novel, Azula in the Spirit Temple, and a couple of Archie comics in the form of a Jughead Christmas Special and Betty and Veronica Jumbo Comics. Moving on to the toys, and this week we've got the latest Godzilla reaction wave, which is Godzilla 74, and that face is particularly cool. We've got Mecha Godzilla 74, Space Titanium look, Minya, or Minilla, depending on your point of view, and Megalon. And stood hovering over them all, we've got the Jumbo Indiana Jones Raiders of the Lost Ark figure from Gentle Giant. This week I also got a pile of Dapol carded figures from as early as the 80s all the way through the 90s. To be honest, I bought these in a Vectis auction, and I bought them with the intention of keeping them. But I've bought a hell of a lot of stuff lately, and I just can't keep doing it. For one thing, I've got nowhere to put it all. Nowhere at home for all this stuff. So, yeah, I've put them up for sale. You can actually already find these on the website. I decided to keep 2 though. I decided to keep this blue one because the packaging is really badly creased, and I plan to open it. This one started out life as a Boops exclusive and does tend to demand quite expensive prices online. Another one that demands quite expensive prices online is the Transmat Dalek. Again, I plan on taking it out of the packaging, and sees it's in this kind of packaging, I can do that without worrying about it. Now, everything else that I got in the Vectis auction, I have to admit, was Doctor Who. There was an awful lot of Doctor Who. In fact, I would hazard a guess and say that a very prolific Doctor Who collector has died, and all his collection has ended up going through that auction. And I seem to buy a substantial amount of it. Several of the lots was made up of groups of jigsaw puzzles and a War of the Daleks board game, and a couple of other bits and bobs. And yeah, that was multiple lots, say about 4 or 5 lots, with a War of the Daleks board game and different but full sets of jigsaws. I managed to get one of the lots. The other lots went for a lot more than what I was willing to pay, because I was a little bit ignorant as to what was in those lots. Turns out some of those jigsaws were from the 60s and were worth quite a lot of money. But we live and learn, don't we? We live and learn. I'll know next time. But let's have a look at the one lot that I did get. So this is the War of the Daleks game. It's by Dennis Fisher, or Strawberry Fair, as you can see there. And overall, box is in very nice condition. Bear in mind, this is 70s. There's a little bit of fade in here. You can see that something has been placed on the top of this that's protected it, but not protected that area, and that one little patch has faded ever so slightly. But get inside and it's a different story. So the paper pieces have never been taken off their perforated sheet. Instructions are in there. Tissue paper is still around the actual board, and those are very nice colours. And then this, the plain pieces, are still factory sealed in cellophane. I've taken them out to have a look, and there is a hole that's appeared there, but not enough to be able to take the pieces out of there. So no, this has never been played. How cool! And also in with this lot, there's something that I was very, very excited about, to be fair. The box has come through in a sorrier state than I would like it to be in. So it's not one that I'm going to keep. But it's the Chad Valley Doctor Who Give a Show projector. And just look at the artwork and the colours of the artwork on that box. Now, I only saw one of these for the very first time about 6 months ago, and I fell in love with it straight away just because of the artwork on that box. Inside, we've got the projector, which I'll be honest, I haven't tested. It may work, it may not. I genuinely do not know. But there's all the slides as well. Now, they're not perfectly flat, they have been bent, so I'm going to get these flattened. I'll put them all underneath the comic boxes upstairs, which will straighten them out after a few weeks or months. But I've counted up, and all of the slides are there. How cool is that? Got them the wrong way around, haven't I? I think they're fantastic. I won't go through all of them though. What a cool set. And in this lot was also 3 complete sets of 4 jigsaws. This set from 1972, I've already built up to make sure all the pieces are there, and yes, they are. They're all complete and all in fantastic condition. There's also a set of Amazing World of Doctor Who jigsaws and a set of Peter Davidson ones from 1982. How cool. And then there were another group of lots, around about 7 or 8 lots altogether, each of them with between 11 and 15 DVDs in each. And I bought all of them. Now, you may think, Gareth, you are insane. There's no money to be made out of DVDs. No one's interested in DVDs anymore. You're lucky if you can sell Blu-rays nowadays. We're all moving over to digital. And yeah, you're right. But does that include signed ones? So as you can see there are shed loads of DVDs. every box is full like that, and then there's a good 3 or 4 stacked on top in each of these piles. Now every one of these DVDs, it's not a case of them having been signed by one actor, they've been signed by multiple. Some of them I recognise straight away. I mean, right there we've got Katie Manning, that's Joe Grant. A lot of them though, I've got to be honest, I don't recognise. There's going to be countless hours. You see, they're even signed on the back. There's going to be countless hours of me researching just who a lot of these actors or cast and crew members actually are. Look at that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 autographs on one DVD. Could you imagine how much it must have cost this guy to get all of these signed? And there's some what I consider to be quite special ones. I mean, you got the Doctor Who movie there with Paul McGann, signed in silver there by Paul McGann. It's also signed by Sylvester McCoy, Daphne Ashbrook, Grace, there she is, and even Jeffrey Sachs, which, if I remember right, he directed this one. So it's signed by the main 3 people in it and the director. In fact, I can only think of 2 more that you'd want signing it. Eric Roberts there and Yi Ji-so, but this one might be a keeper for me. Who signed the Spearhead from Space? Let's have a look. I can't say that I recognise. Well, it's got to be Robin Squire, I would guess, but I don't know who Robin Squire is. It'll be one of the Autons. Derek Martin. And maybe Derek Martinez, who directed it. See, there's so many on there, it's going to take forever for me to find these out. This one's a little bit of a shame. Complete 9 series. All the best. Peter Capaldi, Doctor Who. But it's smudged and smeared. Oh, that's a shame. That would have been a nice one. And yet another one, again, the same box set, signed by Peter Capaldi, and that one's smudged and smeared as well. Such a shame. Most of them, as you can see, are classic Doctor Who. And there's tons and tons and tons of them. But then there are a handful of modern Who as well. And they have multiple signatures on them again. We recognise that one, don't we? Bernard Cribbins. How cool. Know that one as well. Silas Carson, who played the Ood. That Ood, right there. But so many that I just have no idea who it is that signed them. It'll be a lot of fun and a lot of tears probably shed trying to find out who half of these are. Wish me luck! Right guys, thank you very much for watching this week's episode. Thanks for sticking with me to the end, if you have indeed stuck with me to the end. Be sure to give us a like. That thumbs up really helps that YouTube algorithm. If you didn't like the video, then why not give us a thumbs up anyway, just because you're so nice and charitable. Remember to ring that ding-a-ling to be notified of future content, and leave a comment below. I need more of you to start leaving comments. What is wrong with you? You walk through my door and it's comments constantly, but you don't leave many comments on my video. Come on, leave some comments, guys. Again, it's one of those things that helps the YouTube algorithm. It really, really does. So remember to subscribe. I'm on my way to 500 now, and I'd like to hit that as soon as possible. Now, starting with this video and probably moving forward, I'm not going to be showing you every single thing that comes in through the door. I'm just going to be showing you some of the things that I find the most interesting. And do you know why that is? Well, why would you come to the shop if you already know what's here and you don't think that I've got anything for you. Well, I'm now going to be not showing you things. So you need to come to the shop, and you need to come and have a look, just to see if I have got anything that you want. Right, okay guys, thanks very much. I'll catch you all again later. Take care. Bye! Now, close to the beginning of this episode, I did mention that there was one item in the Vectis lot that was very special to me, and I had to make sure I got it. Well, I did. I consider myself very lucky to have got this. It's one of those things, people call them grails. I'm not too fond of that term. But if I had a grail, this would be it. I've no idea what I'm going to do with it. I've no idea where I'm going to put it. But it's been one of those things teasing me since 1993 when I first got into Doctor Who. Teasing me in the back of my mind, you're never going to have one of us. I will never be part of your collection. Well, after all these years, it is part of my collection. And it's in really good condition. Or so the description said. I haven't looked at it yet. And it's in the original box, which is also, as you can see, in really good condition. It's mine at last. Where the hell am I going to put it? I haven't even opened the flaps on this box yet. Let's turn it around. Instructions to assemble. Place the dome and visor over the child's head, resting each strap on the shoulders. Ensure the white cup with the centre hole is facing forwards. The strap should then be adjusted so that the child can see through the slots in the visor. Place the skirt over the dome and visor. Then pull the skirt down until it fits tightly around the bottom of the visor, making sure the slits in the skirt are to the front. Now place the tube with the ball attached in the hole in the centre cup. The child then places his hands through the slits in the front of the skirt and holds the sucker cup and the blast gun as illustrated on the sides of this carton. Is that a photograph of someone wearing this actual suit? Wow. So as we can see, it's got all of the inner packaging. So this is the Dalek eye. Wow. So simple, but But then again, it was 1964, 64, 65. I don't think I can do this one-handed. Can I? Well, I might be able to. There you go. So there's your exterminator gun. Just 2 pieces of vacuum formed plastic stuck together. A red wooden rod. You can imagine why these are so hard to find and why they haven't stood up to the test of time, can't you? That is such a thin piece of plastic. Again, another wooden rod with just a bit of rubber on the end of it for the plunger. That's actually got some weight to it as that. You see it's gone white, can't you, from age, really. Oh my. Jesus. Can't tell you how giddy I feel right now. Wow. So again, just vacuum formed plastic head, which very, very thin. Very thin. You can imagine those would have been pressed in quite easily. And they haven't been. I don't think this has ever been worn. Oh, then the original PVC suit. If I dare unfold it, it might crack. Well, it's quite soft actually. There's little marks there. Now I don't know if that's just from wear or whether it actually has been used. Oh wow. Right, okay. Okay then, so I have just stacked a couple of small stools on top of each other, just because I don't have a spare child lying around, and the stools don't have hands so they can't stick them through to grasp the weapons, but just wanted to give you an idea and give myself an idea, to be honest with you, what this thing actually looked like. How insane is that? And what on earth am I going to do with it?